Welcome back, folks. Bitcoin hoodie guy coming back with another Kaspa video. Thomas O'Keefe said, "Hey, for the love of Jesus, you need to smile. Let us know you can smile." I can smile. For whatever reason, Kaspa's taking a little dipperooski right now. That's no big deal. You have the overall market is down a little bit, 1.2% in the last 24 hours on Bitcoin. And just patience. I did say win $1 is part of the thumbnail. And to me, maybe at the end of next year, that's possible. 2025. Sorry about that. You can see that the hash rate's all-time high. Maybe it went a little bit over that. I didn't have time to check yesterday, but 70 petahash right now. So that is looking good. And right now, when you go to top addresses, you have 265,000, almost 266,000 addresses. So that's climbing up good. And you can see in the last 24 hours, a couple less sharks. Looks like they went into the dolphin territory. And, dolphin territory is 13,000. That's nothing to sneeze at for a lot of people. And so right here, you can look at, I like to go to Reddit sometimes, just the Kaspa Reddit. 8 hours ago, some stock 1485 said Yonatan Saplinsky, Kaspa to consensus is what ARM was to microprocessors. ARM debunked the prevailing belief that RISC architecture is obsolete and inferior to CISC capabilities and performance-wise. Kaspa debunks the prevailing myth that proof of work is obsolete and inferior to proof of scalability-wise. And so this looks like that might be like Turkish, maybe, or no, not Turkish. I guess because Yonatan Saplinsky is from Israel, so that's not Turkish. But I don't know exactly what day that was posted, but I don't think it's a brand new post. So that's what we got there. Market's down a little bit. It's a weekend. It's winter. We're almost into December. Kaspa is still hanging out there at 28 on CoinMarketCap, 28 on CoinGecko. Addresses are growing. You have the hash rate growing. So it's just a matter of patience. And you can see that selling Kaspa, as a U.S. resident, what are my options for selling Kaspa when it comes time? Hopefully Binance will have it on their exchange within at least a few months. But my Kaspa is on Tangent Wallet. Most DEXs don't offer a connection for the Tangent Wallet. I mean, you can just go to Change Now or maybe Simple Swap. I've used Change Now, but I haven't sold any Kaspa. But the person could just go there, sell it, I guess, for ETH or Matic or Bitcoin. It's just going to be quicker to get Matic or something like that. So I think you could sell it that way. Then you just have your receive address for Matic or USDC or whatever you're selling. So it's pretty easy for the average person, I think. Hi, I just received my Ice River Cast 1. First, I configured it at house, but then I'd bring it to garage and I can't get control panel. Someone that just got an Ice River miner. I just want to look at the Kaspa hash rate. I like looking at the chart that the 2 miners has. It's got it at 68 petahash right now. Cast.fyi is showing it's got it at 70 petahashes. But there it is. It just keeps going up and up. So if those more ASICs are coming online, then that should continue to rise. Austin Roberts is chiming in. He says, Rob said Bitcoin ain't crap. Well, Rob doesn't know much about anything. Rob's about as smart as a rock. No offense, Rob. But I don't know what he's thinking. Just hasn't researched it enough. Right now, if you go to WTF happened in 1971, it's a pretty, like right here, you can see overall productivity is increasing, but the compensation around 1972 has barely been on the rise. And I mean, really, productivity has been on the rise since 1948 on this chart. And when you go down and you see these different charts. Husband only working, both spouses working, wife only working, income inequality in the United States, cost of living. See, right here's a big one. Now, this is, why people believe in Bitcoin, Kaspa. This is a Kaspa video, but a lot of people in Kaspa still might have some Bitcoin. So right here, you can see in 1971, the average income was $10,600. The new house is $25,000. So basically, it was a little over double how much you made per year to buy a house. So say you're living with someone like your parents, and you're able to save half your income. Say you're able to save $5,000 a year. In 5 years, you could have bought a house. Now, say the average salary is like $40,000. And some places that the average house, if you want to get one that you can just move into, is like $300,000 or $400,000. I mean, obviously more if you live in Bay Area or wherever. But let's just say the average house is $400,000. The average salary is like $40,000 or $50,000. That's like 10 times more. So it's becoming unrealistic for people to really save up money and buy a house without buying. So that gap between average income and new house is not just barely over double. That is went up a lot. So I think when you go down here and just the inflation taking hold, obviously at some point here they're going to turn the money printer back on. But the biggest chart is when you look at the national debt. Just go down here. So right here in 1971. You can see that, the debt the debt wasn't much in the early 1900s. And after World War II, it did start increasing. But look how much it's increased since 1971. And Richard Nixon took us off the gold standard. It's went bananas. And it's actually, this is 33 trillion now. So this is only to 2020. So they're going to turn the money printer back on. And that's why digital assets are getting a lot of attention. And Kaspa in a bear market has done this. So you get a bear market and you can see that it's pulled back, and then, it's kind of hung around the, 12, 13 cent range for a while. But this is during a bear market when there are not a lot of new people coming into crypto. Even people that were into crypto last cycle or lost interest or they got scared. And this is what Kaspa did. So what's going to happen when Bitcoin rips and roars? And you have, what's Kaspa going to do? I mean, it's did this with no tier one listings, not very many big influencers. You got most of the people, the biggest influencers that are talking about it consistently seem to be in about the 35,000 subscriber range, like Crypto John and some of those other people. So really, Crypto Galaxy. And so, really digital assets, especially when you have ones that have a fixed supply. So Bitcoin, Kaspa have a fixed supply. You can argue about which one's better, but they have a fixed supply. And right now they're both proof of work. So there's a physical energy cost that you're converting to create the coins or tokens. Coins, these are coins. Tokens are what's built on them. So right here you have 75% out. Bitcoin's like in the over 90%. So it just, people that don't believe in digital assets, that's fine. There's a lot of changes in the world right now. And right now I had a friend that they wanted to sell their house. So they sell their house for $450,000 and they put that money in the bank. Well, the buying power in 10 years is going to be less. So that house would probably be, even so, maybe digital assets are better than real estate, but real estate at least goes up with inflation. Having cash in the bank is about the worst thing. A small amount so you can spend it, but having a large amount of cash. So if you sold your house now for $450,000, and then 10 years from now, that house might be worth $750,000. If you keep that money in the bank and you're earning less than 1% on it, and then the buying power of the dollar is only going to decrease. I mean, that's just like written in the, I guess I'm preaching to the choir. Anyone watching this video, whoops, I don't even know what buying power, spacing off here. I mean, this is only you can see that it did kind of go up, and I guess the Great Depression, the dollar started buying you more. But basically, since then, it's been on a steady decline. And the way they've printed a lot more money, it's on a greater and greater decline. And so, digital assets like Kaspa, Bitcoin, proof of work, and I do have some Cardano, which is decentralized proof of stake, but I do have it spread out in a few different places. But right here, you have 75% out. So you're not going to see a lot of inflation. And so that means what you have is not going to get inflated to infinity like the dollar. It's same thing with Bitcoin. And so you look at these charts, and I don't know, it almost feels redundant. This is like going to what the fuck happened in 1971 is like something that people that are watching this video that are into Caspa, you're already pretty advanced, because depending on where you're at, it's a little bit harder. You're into self custody, probably, maybe until Uphold. Uphold now has withdrawals, but basically you got your wallet in cold storage. So, if you have your crypto in cold storage, you're already more advanced than people that are leaving it on Binance or Coinbase or, wherever, whatever exchange. You're already more advanced. You already know that the dollar, the RMB, euro, there's no choice. The people close to the money printer keep turning it on. So when you have that, you already have those beliefs backed up. So this is like the type of stuff that you're telling your people at Thanksgiving and Christmas, and you're telling them, like, a lot of people kind of know this stuff, but when you start looking at charts like this, U.S. U.S. monetary gold, U.S. external dollar liabilities, official external liabilities, U.S. federal deficit, surplus, diverse GDP. And so a lot of people at different stages with money are looking for ways to have their money that they're saving. So that's where I see stuff like Caspa and Bitcoin is savings account for the future. There's a physical cost to create it. Bitcoin's got 93% out. Caspa's got 75% out. And there's that physical energy cost that's converted. And there's a finite supply. The dollars, I mean, obviously, it's kind of basically just keep being in the same drum here. But I think it's pretty exciting overall. I asked, when was $1? That's not going to happen this year. If it got to 25 cents, that would be a pretty great run up, depending on how December is. Sometimes towards the end of the year, people might sell off a little bit so they can get some cash, or maybe they're doing that early next year for taxes. You just never know the exact short-term price fluctuations. But I think, maybe at the end of next year, $1 is possible. I mean, if it's up to, I mean, right now, if it gets up to 20 cents, then it's just a 5x to $1. So if the spot Bitcoin ETF and the halving and some other things get fired up, maybe next year, at the end of next year, it's possible. If not, I think a lot of people think the $2 to $5 range is possible in 2025 at the end of it. So, possibly $1 could be on the table at the end of next year or early 2025. Let me know when you think it could hit $1. Do you think that's possible? I think that potentially it could in Q4 of next year or the Q1 of 2025. That's it. The hash rate's growing. You can look at that. The hash rate's growing to all-time highs. The price is hitting all-time highs, pulled back. Now it's right here showing 71, over 71 petahashes. The wallets are growing. The number of addresses holding Caspa is growing. You just got to be patient, because this bull run is going to rip and roar, and then there's going to be family members you have that are just brushing you off when you're talking about crypto or Caspa, and they'll be buying it Caspa at 30 cents or 50 cents. They'll be buying Bitcoin at $50,000, $60,000. So that's what I got. Have a great day. Thanks for tuning in, and I'm going to try to smile more, even though sometimes I feel like I'm forcing it. Thanks. Have a good day.